This year just keeps hitting me with good animated movies. Let's see what's left. Oh, yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
Ruby Gillman looks cute and simple, like a really fun twist on the whole Kraken and mermaid thing. I really am interested in the lore behind the Kraken and what they're going to add to that, because I don't hear a whole lot about Kraken stories. I really like the noodly arms. They just look so goofy and fun, and I really appreciate all the cartoonic CGI we're getting lately. Ruby reminds me of like Kate Mitchell from Mitchell's vs. Machines, but like freshman year with a side of anxiety. She looks so sweet. I just want to give her a hug. I wonder if we'll have any shenanigans of her trying to keep her secret, like if a Kraken version of Mermaid Mako. If I'm being completely honest, I was sold the moment the love interest came on screen. He was so smooth in the trailer.
You're my math brother.
You know, I think I like the first one better. Press it.
What about the grandma? What about the grandma? Please, for the love of God, acknowledge the grandma. Please don't contradict yourself, DreamWorks. I'll give you the benefit of doubt, because Branch is technically a lot younger in the Backstreet Boy flashback, so far so good. And also Poppy, have some development from what happened in the second movie. Actually listen to Branch, because so far it does not seem like you are.
Who knew my voice would be this low?
It looks cute. Felt like the essence of classic Disney. I like it's going to be Disney's new turning point for their animation and stories. Because I feel like they haven't really figured out what Disney is anymore. I don't know. I don't super care about Disney. I really like the watercolor backgrounds. They are so vibrant but subtle at the same time. I really thought the goat was the doctor from Treasure Planet, but I'm still really excited to see the shenanigans from this goat. He seems so funny. The buildings, mostly her dress and like the scenery reminds me a lot of like Christian early 2000 movies like Veggie Tales or DreamWorks ones, and then like the off-brand Christian kid shows. Maybe it's just because they have a Eastern Mediterranean style. Another thing about Wish, everyone's so excited, we're finally getting a classic villain. I'm like, yeah, we're getting a villain. We've always had a villain in the story. Maybe not a person, but in order to have conflict, you have to find a key point of it. Even if we go back to original classical Disney villains, you can't have a villain without having a psychological break. They are either, if not more, narcissistic, delusional, paranoid, manic, manipulated, or straight up sociopath tendencies. Once again, another cool cartoonish CGI. The remix that they use in the teaser trailer, I really like. I want to add it to my playlist. It's really interesting how there's only 5 bird movies from mainstream animation companies. Alright, I was wrong. There's actually quite a few, but I'm talking about just birds. Surf's Up technically counts, so does Angry Birds, kind of, but like Stork's more than just birds, and so is Penguins of Madagascar. I can't even tell you how many off-brand or small animation companies that use birds as their main characters. So it's interesting to see another one from a mainstream animation company come out.
Feel like he's a rat.
First off, this movie's coming out before my birthday, so I'm so excited to see it. I love how adding the 2D effects on their faces and buildings sharpens or softens things and gives more texture. It gives me more of a sketchy feel. I like that they're going for the OG show's corny looking designs, and it works since they seem more of a goofballs and less super serious, more comedic.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like, it's just nicer.
It rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooze. It's nice, right? It's ooze.
Alright, let's see what's going on with Netflix. What?
That guy just beat his armor! He beat his armor!
Nimona. I am so happy to see this movie is getting the light of day. It is a really interesting story about what the process was, and I'll link some articles in the description. Well, for the short and sweet version, when Disney owned Blue Sky, they were moving around a bunch of different people, things kept on getting held back, and I'm sure COVID didn't help either. On the record, there's nothing stating it was because of the queer topics between Blackheart and I can't even say his name, the Golden Boy, but you can only speculate. When Blue Sky was officially shut down, they had enough work to find a different distributor, and they had to get different directors and whatnot. There's a lot that has changed. It seems like they're doing more of taking the characters and doing a similar story, but not straight from the book, and I'm not too sure how much the author is in cahoots with the creating of this movie, so I'm interested to see how that goes. Blackheart's personality is different. He's more anxious, and pathetic is not the right word. He's just not cold-hearted, like in the book version. And they made Golden Boy Asian, which is nice. That's cool. But what I cannot forgive is cutting his hair. He looked so good with long hair. I know it's harder to animate, but please, the long hair was such a cool aspect of his character.
What do I do?
I already had whiplash from Nimona, but this, I was so surprised. Like, it's been 23 years. It's one of my favorite Aardman stop-motion movies, along the side with Pirates, Band of Mischief, and Flushed Away. I really appreciate that Netflix is giving stop-motion a chance. They have 3 so far this year, and a few CGI stop-motion looking. Netflix is so diverse in the forms of creating shows and movies and even short films, and I really appreciate them giving voices to all different people, even if they're really shitty about making new seasons of shows. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. While researching this, I found out there's a Gremlins movie on HBO Max. Has anyone seen that? I'm gonna have to definitely take a look on that one. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and keep on binging, my binge-a-thoners.